Okay, good afternoon, student. And today here I'll explain about the mathematical problems, numerical problems on modulation techniques. And in this case, a carrier wave frequency of 10 megahertz and peak value is about 12 volt is amplitude modulated by 2 kilohertz, sine wave of amplitude 7 volt, and determine first our aim is to find out the modulation factor, sideband frequencies, बाद में amplitude of sideband components, and then we will draw based on this numerical term we can draw frequency spectra. Now see, our aim is to find out determine. I will use a different color. Determine what? Determine modulation factor, Number two is sideband frequencies. Sideband frequencies means upper sideband as well as lower, and we will find out mid of that. And the third is amplitude of sideband components, that is amplitude of sideband component. Okay, and then we will draw frequency spectra. Okay. Now see, this is a problem. Our aim is to find out modulation factor, sideband frequency, amplitude, sideband components, and then based on this we can draw frequency spectra. Okay. Now see, first I will write data, and from this example, dear student, see here, this is carrier frequency of 10 megahertz. 10 megahertz means 10 into 6 hertz. Okay. And what is the meaning of modulation? Modulation means change of parameter. Okay, of what? Which wave? Carrier wave, not data wave. Our aim is to change the parameter of carrier wave as per your data. Okay. Now, this is problem, and our aim is to find out modulation factor. Generally, modulation factor denoted by small m. Sideband frequency upper, lower, and amplitude of sideband component, and based on this we can draw frequency spectra for this case. Now from this example, first I'll write data, and for this case, yes student, for this case I will write data. Yes, in this case carrier amplitude, see, from this case carrier amplitude is about 12 volt. Kitna hai? 12 volt. And signal amplitude, what is the signal amplitude? Is about 7 volt. Therefore carrier amplitude is denoted by EC. Carrier amplitude, here I will write carrier amplitude is, dear student, is equal to 12 volt. 12 volt. And signal amplitude is about 7 volt. Therefore we'll write signal amplitude is equal to 7. Again, from this we can hear carrier frequency. Carrier frequency is your 10 megahertz. Therefore, and carrier frequency is denoted by FC. C for carrier. Now, carrier frequency, that is FC, is equal to 10 megahertz. 10 megahertz. And dear student, 10 megahertz can be written as 10 into 10 raised to 6 hertz. Will convert frequency to hertz. Now, again, here this is your FC and signal frequency. I will divide this into two parts. Signal frequency, I'll use term signal frequency equal to Fs. And dear student, Fs is equal to 2 kilohertz. Yes. Sine wave of amplitude. Okay. So Fs is for signal. Signal frequency is 2 kilohertz. Therefore, here I can write here. We can write here, dear student, 2 into 10 raised to 3 hertz. Okay, 2 into 10 raised to 3 hertz. Now, modulation factor. First, we will find out the modulation factor, and then now, dear students, see modulation factor denoted by small m, and modulation factor. First, we will find one, that is one modulation factor. Modulation factor that is equal to small m. And what is a small m? Dear students, small m is equal to this can be written as, dear students, small m equal to carrier amplitude. Generally, carrier amplitude denoted by EC and signal amplitude denoted by ES, and modulation factor is equal to ES upon EC is equal to, what is the ES? Yes, what is the ES? What is the term for ES? Numeric term? 7. Very good. 7 volt upon EC. What is the EC? 12 volt get cancelled, and 7 by 12 is equal to, yes, please tell your student what is the 7 by 12. You can use calci. Yes, online student. 0.58 without unit. 0.5 because this is the ratio of same term. Understood, dear student? Up to this level. So 0.58 is modulation factor for this problem. Okay. So 7 by 12 equal to 0.58 without unit, because this is the ratio of same term. Okay. Yes. Yes. Can I proceed for next point? That is the sideband frequency. Okay. Yes. Very good. And dear student, sideband frequency. Sideband frequency means upper side and lower side. And upper side is denoted by FC plus Fs, and lower is represented by FC minus Fs. Okay. So what is the FC? 10 megahertz. We can convert into kilohertz. Okay. So 10 megahertz in terms of kilohertz. Can I write like this? Okay, yes. You are correct. This is in hertz and this is in also hertz. Therefore, for convenience, my humble request is please try to convert FC and Fs in kilohertz. I will show. Okay, first I will show. So this is about the modulation factor. Okay. Now see point number 2. Point number 2 is sideband frequency. And dear student, sideband frequency for sideband frequencies, formula is equal to FC minus FS colon FC plus FS. And what is the meaning of FC minus FS? Dear student, FC minus FS is LSB. FC minus LS is LSB. That is L for lower side band frequency, and FC plus FS is upper side band frequency. Okay. So FC minus FS is lower side band, and this is your lower band frequency, and FC plus FS is upper side band frequency. Now I'll calculate LSB and USB. Okay. Now see what is the procedures. What are the procedure steps to find out the terms. Now see. Can I erase this? Can I close it? Right up to this level. Question is this. Second, we are.
No,
right.
second, erase the question.
This is question. Modulation factor. Okay. Thank you so much. And now I will do calculations. See. Dear student, FC is equal to 10 into 10 raised to 3, 6 hertz. This can be written as, can I write like this? 10,000 kilohertz. Is it correct? Hello student, is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Is this correct? ठीक है बराबर है ओके और see 10 into 10 raised to 3 is 1 kilo. So can you convert this is your what 2 ये क्या है 2 किलो. So Fs is equal to 2 kilos. Okay. Now, dear student, I will shift this. Now see. We need LSB. What is the LSB? LSB, that is lower side band frequencies, FC minus FS. FC minus FS. What is the FC? FC is 10,000. Minus what? FS 2. Then what will be the answer? 98. Hello student. क्या आएगा? 9 8 unit kilohertz. Okay, 99998 kilohertz. Similarly, we can write, dear student, USB, that is upper side band, is equal to FC plus FS, that is 10,000 plus 2, that is equal to 10,002. Is it correct? Kilohertz. Is it correct, dear student? Okay. is about point number 2. Dear student, this is about, please write up this level. This is about the point number 2, sideband frequency. तो ये हुआ अपना, ठीक है. Now we will try for third. That is the amplitude of sideband. That is the sideband means LSB and USB. Okay, and there is a formula that amplitude of sideband component. The formula is, dear student, for this formula is M into EC. M means modulation factor. Okay, what is the formula for this amplitude of sideband component? Formula is M into EC by 2. What is the M? Modulation factor. And in this case, modulation factor is equal to 0.50. EC, what is the EC? EC is 12 volts. 2 is constant. Therefore, dear student, please try to find answer for point number 3, that is the amplitude of sideband component. Okay, so amplitude of sideband component. Now, dear students, see here. MEC by 2, that is equal to 0.58 into 12 whole divided by 2. Yes, what is the answer? 3.48. 3.48, and unit is volts. Perfect. Unit is volts. Okay, and from this knowledge, dear student, we can draw frequency spectra. Okay, so देखो, you have carrier amplitude, signal amplitude. Okay, please write, dear student, all, and then we will plot frequency spectra. Before that, I will draw a skeleton of frequency spectra. Means if you want to draw frequency spectra, what are the requirement? What are the requirements? Okay. Okay. Can I clear this?
Yes.
Hello, online student.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. वैसे तो बाद में recording में show. Okay. Now the next point is draw frequency spectra. Next is, dear student, frequency And dear student, for frequency spectra, what are the requirements? We need AC, that is carrier amplitude. Yes, what is the carrier amplitude, dear student? 12 volt. Is it correct? Carrier amplitude is 12 volt. Okay. What is the amplitude of each? Amplitude of each side band. Each side band. Yes, what is that value? 3.48 volt. Okay. Carrier frequency. Carrier frequency, that is FC. Yes, what is the dear student? What is the FC? Can I write? Yes, 10 megahertz. 10 megahertz, and dear student, 10 megahertz can be written as, I'll write in kilohertz. 10,000. Okay? 10,000. Yes. What is the lower sideband frequency? That is low LSB. Yes, what is that value? 998 kilohertz. And upper sideband frequency, that is upper sideband frequency, that is equal to, yes, what is that upper sideband frequency? Okay. So these are the requirements. Yes, yes, Obi may. First, I'll complete all the theoretical part and I'll show. Don't worry. Okay. So to draw frequency spectra, dear student, we need these are the required parameters. ये parameters चाहिए, and based on this we can draw frequency spectra. Now see, these are the parameters, required parameters. Yes. Okay. Now see, dear student. First, I will draw frequency spectra, means graph of amplitude versus frequency. Amplitude versus frequency. Now see. Frequency spectra, dear student, is the amplitude, suppose denoted by E, and here frequency. Here I'll write, I am taking frequency in kilohertz. Okay. Here amplitude in hertz. Okay. Now see. First, I will draw basic skeleton. That is, see, dear student. Here I will take carrier frequency, FC. FC is your carrier frequency, and that is about, dear student, 10,000 is equal to 10,000 kilohertz. Okay. And this is the amplitude. Therefore, here I will take this is your EC. And what is the value of EC? 12 volt. Therefore, dear student, here I will write 12. This point is about 12. Okay. Now see, FC. The difference between upper sideband and lower side upper sideband and carrier frequency. What is the difference between carrier frequency and lower sideband frequency, or carrier frequency and upper sideband frequency? That is 2 kilo. What is that frequency difference? 2 kilohertz. Therefore, here I will show lower sideband with black band that is here FC minus Fs, and here that is equal to 9998. Is it correct? And the amplitude of this LSB is 3.40. This is your, here I can write 3.48 volts, or I can write M is C upon 2 is equal to, this is your LSB. Okay. Similarly, and what is the difference? Difference is 2 kilohertz as per our formula.
So what?
This is FC minus Fs, lower sideband. Similarly, I will take same difference, frequency difference for USB, and amplitude of LSB is equal to amplitude of USB. Therefore, I will draw one parallel line, and here I will take this, and here I will use different color. That is, I will use red color for upper side. This is, dear student, USB, and that is equal to kilohertz. And again, what is the frequency difference here? 2 kilohertz. Okay, and this is about the procedure steps to draw frequency spectra. Okay, that is carrier frequency with amplitude 12 volt, and amplitude of each band, that is lower band, denoted by here represented by LSB. And for what is the formula to find out lower sideband frequency? FC minus signal frequency, Fs. And if you want to find out the upper sideband, so please add Fs, signal frequency, into carrier frequency. You will get and this is about the, dear student, frequency spectra, which is the graphical behavior of amplitude, which is measured in volts, and frequency here we are taking in kilohertz. But actually, when you are transferring data, that is uplink frequency, generally measured in gigahertz, 10⁹. And when you are downloading your data, okay, that is which is referred to as that frequency, downlink frequency, again measured in gigahertz, and uplink frequency is always more than downlink. So this is the relation between uplink and downlink frequency. Okay, please write all this and draw this spectral diagram. This is about the frequencies. Yes, any doubt of this level, dear student? Thank you so much. And similarly, based on this, you can I think solve example number 32. Okay, same procedure. You have also assignment. I have already given an assignment, and I think numerical problem number 32. Please solve based on same procedure. Thank you so much, dear all. Thank you. मी हॉटस्पॉट घेतला. हॉटस्पॉट घेतला.
बघितलं का ट्राय करू.
क्या? I will reshare. Yes, physics के group में. Thank you so much, dear student. Thank you all.